Hello, sir.
Hi,
Good evening, sir. How are you?
hi, Soumya, I'm good. Who else is there? Omkar,
Hi,
Sujit, Harshad. Yeah,
hello sir. Hello sir. Hi, sir.
ready to go.
Good evening.
Yes, so this is our team for our initiative
Good
Aim
evening.
to Flourish. And as you know, we're
Yeah,
here to host an interview with you, which will be published on Aim to Flourish. I know you've been interviewed before as a part,
couple of times.
yeah, couple
I
of
think
times
three,
I
four
read those
times.
stories. Yeah, I read those stories and they were very motivating. And then we realized that there was another initiative that was not covered till date. So we realized,
Okay.
like, why not go ahead and cover it solely? So I think it's the Earth Block Goa because I've seen that other two initiatives for the Sustainable Green Company are there on the website. So they're covered. So we would like to know more about the Earth Block Goa today, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, it's okay, but it's not that successful and program which I thought it would be. So
So
I don't know
that's
whether you.
okay. But we would like to and love to know about the challenges that were there, and there might be some innovative ideas that we could help you with, or something that anybody else who reads the story helps you with. So it's not just only successful stories that should come into light, but successful attempts as well. So this is our belief because they're doing
It's
another
not a.
story as well.
It's not a failure. It is definitely a story. I wouldn't call it a success story. There are stories, success stories and failures. So I would definitely not call it as a failure because all my loans are paid on those uh, accounts. So if I had faltered on the loans, then it would be a failure.
Okay.
So, but there are many challenges compared to what I anticipated. So definitely we can talk about it
Like we would
because
love to
that
know
is
about
one of
those.
my favorite. Yeah, yeah. Do you want me to start or you want to start asking? How do you
Uh,
want?
so you, any which ways is fine. So my first question was something very similar that after the Sustainable Green Company, what issues did you notice around the world or in Goa that made you start with this new program, a new initiative that you started?
No, 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 that is not correct. My initial program was Earth Blocks. Sustainable Green Company was later. In 2011, I thought of doing this Earth Blocks. I didn't call it as Earth Blocks. I called it Earth Blocks much later when it actually started. I was thinking of some other name for that related to my family, my father, my late father. Then somebody told me, "You don't do that." I'll come to that point. So when I was working for World Wildlife Fund. I am sure you must have heard about it. WWF, where the panda is the logo for it. So I was working for about a decade, the entire 90 decades on in that organization, and I ran about 105 nature clubs in different institutions. That time, your institution didn't exist, or probably it was like be a very small institution, and like schools, colleges, engineering colleges, all professional colleges. We used to run a program called Nature Club. So I was responsible for going to these clubs and making presentations on wildlife environment and taking those people on field trip camps and seminars and programs and for students, teachers, youth. So I did it for about 10 years and told them how you can save the environment. After a decade, I thought, what am I doing? Why am I telling people that you can do it? Why can't I do it? And show people that yes, even I can do it. So the entire decade was like more than what you can do. And when came in 2010, it was what I can do. In between those 10 years, I was into my family business because my father died. So I got entangled, stuck into the family business of printing. But then I got bored there. I thought that was not my cup of tea. So I said, let me do something else. So what else to do? So just looking at the problems around us. and I used to travel quite often to Sakli because of the Honorable CM. Like now he's the CM, but earlier he was the just an MLA, and I used to help him out. We knew each other very well in doing a lot of programs. So I suggested you have so many minings, and mining was uh, very rampant that time. 2012 onwards, mining got stopped. But I'm talking about 2011, 1 year before that. I said, you have so much of mining waste. Why don't we do something about it? He said, yeah, no problem. You go ahead and you set up in my constituency. I'll help you out. So I did some research. I got 4 people together. One was a mining manager from a company, an Australian company based in Goa, South Goa. One was head of the Department of Chemistry, Goa University. One was my friend, my classmate, whose hobby is pottery. So it's related to making bricks or blocks. And one was me. 4 of us, we met. And I put this theory of getting the mining waste. When I say mining waste, if you have to get ore, iron ore, you have to go at the bottom of the earth to get that, and you'll get little, but 90% what you remove is all mud dumped on something else on other ground. So you have mining dumps created. They said nobody's going to use that. Why don't we use it and make something out of it? He said, what would you do on that? I said, we can build houses on that from that. How would you do that? I said, we can make bricks out of it. He said, okay, I'll support you. Go ahead. So I had this team put together, and we all know we can make bricks from clay. We can fire them and make clay bricks. But then firing them is again not the concept. Like, then it becomes a conventional thing. We wanted something eco-friendly. So I got this. When I put this question to them, like, can we do this? They all started laughing. You know how people are, like, when they don't believe what you think. Then he said, the mining manager said, it's just impossible, but I will help you. I know people have tried, but it's impossible. I said, that is the challenge. You should accept that challenge and do something. So what I said is, like, to the chemistry guy of the university, I said, you find some binder in your lab or wherever in the world which can bind the soil together, not clay. Clay anyway binds with. So we had soil, we didn't have clay. So find something and we will bind that. And we had my friend, his name is also Ajay, he's Ajay Dongre from Ponda. And we were classmates. So, like, and his hobby is pottery. So he's got a kiln and everything, the entire setup. In case we need to fire something, he said we could use him or make the shapes and all. So we had this meeting, and then about a week later, the university guy said, no, it is not possible. There's nothing to bind the soil. So he was out of it. He says, I can't help you. But the mining manager, 2 weeks later, he brought samples. And I very clearly told him, get me samples from different places. I don't want samples from one place. So he got me 14 different samples from different parts of South Goa. And we kept it at my potter friend's home. And it was just lying there. So about another 2 weeks later, I just called him up on a Sunday. I said, can we work on that? So we just tried to work on the soil, and out of 14, there were 2 samples which got into brick shape by just adding water to that, like maybe like a clay thing. It had much more clay content than the other soil samples. So we made bricks on that. We made bricks. We mixed a lot of things in that. One we did of 100% virgin material. One we added 20% additive, like another material, and 150%. And sorry, one moment. Sorry, I've got a bad throat. Like last 2 3 days, I'm coughing a lot. Where was I? Hello.
So you were telling that you made two bricks
Okay.
out of the
So
two samples.
two samples were on, and we could make them into brick shape. And then this friend of mine said, only for those 2-3 bricks, I can't start my entire process. So you need to do it somewhere else. So I said, now what to do? We have a baker who was my schoolmate. I went to him. I said, I have this. Why don't you put it in your oven? I'll collect it tomorrow morning. He said, what is it? I said, you just put it. He was my classmate friend. So what he did was he put it in there, and next day morning I collected it, and it was a solid block. It looked like a brick. I still have those photographs on my mobile. So yeah, plan successful, but that is not what I wanted. I didn't want to burn or heat it, because then the whole purpose of eco-friendly eco-friendliness goes off. So this was in November 2011, and I started working towards it. And in February 2012, the Shah Commission came and mining was stopped. So that was the issue. Just a moment, I'll just have some more. So I started working on that, and came 2012 February, and everything was shut. So this project got shelved. Meanwhile, uh, I I got an opportunity to start the sustainable green company that is making packaging from waste paper, and that took off. That didn't have any challenges. It did have challenges, but not as this, because nobody was ready to touch the mining. When you say mine or mining, nobody was ready to touch, because it was a high Supreme Court order, and nobody wanted to get into mess. So that shell, and then slowly, I started working on the other opportunities which could come through that particular substance. And over the years, I got a technology where we could use it without burning, without firing. You don't have to fire them, but still you can make blocks or bricks. And I just took the technology of our old Goan houses, you see, or even anywhere in the world, we had mud houses. Be it old civilization. You see, even Portuguese houses which are there in Goa are 400, 500, 600 years, and nothing happens to them. I just studied what exactly they used to make those things. Because they were then I realized that they used to build walls on site using mud, lime, and jaggery. These were the three things they used, and they used to compress that and keep it for days for that layer to come up. And slowly they would build the walls. So I said, why not work on that concept? Because in Goa itself we have like 400, 500, 600 years old houses. Just use that. Instead of making walls, I said, let us make blocks, smaller blocks of standard size, which could be done. So I got that working, and meanwhile, we got a machine manufacturer who did that in South India and work on that. So we started again working on that technology. I send the soil sample. Generally, it is the lime which is mixed, but like lime is chuna, what we call, like we paint the houses. You say whitewash. You say whitewash. You see all the white houses been whitewashed. Is that lime which is used? But then getting lime in Goa was difficult, because there was only one manufacturer in Pilen Industrial Estate, and because of some pollution control board issues, he also closed down. So like getting that much quantity was difficult, and lime was just added as an as a binder. It is not like if you had 10 kilos of mud, only 50 grams, that is 5%, would be lime, which would be added to that. But then what I thought is, like, if you're not getting lime, let us try adding cement to that, 5% cement. And we tried using that, and that gave us very good results, very strong blocks and very like natural looking. It was 95% mud, so it was like what we did. Now we have crushers, but earlier we used sieves. Like we bought the mesh, the wire mesh which is used for fencing. We used two meshes. One is bigger one to remove the bigger stones, and then later on the smaller one to remove whatever is remaining. How you do sieving at home for atta and other things? We just sieved the mud and got the gravels and thin fine mud, because you must have seen everything in every construction. Sand is used, because just having powder or cement won't help. Sand also is required. So instead of removing the gravel, I said let the gravel be there. Instead of adding sand later, let the gravel be added, be working as sand, and use that. So we had mud with gravel and 5% cement. So my block was about, I'm giving you 10 kilos because now my block is about 10 kilos. In that you have just 5% cement. And what we do is, because it is cement, you don't have to fire it. You just make the blocks and keep it for about 21 days. Because even cement requires 21 days curing. We just keep on pouring, sprinkling water for 3 times a day and for 21 days. And on day 22, the block is ready to go for construction. So that is the process we developed, and we got a regular crusher which is used in mining. So got that smaller version of it, and we got a compression machine, just like just pressing. We made a die and just a machine where it can be pressed into this particular form, because we had heaters on both the sides, all the sides, so that we get a smooth finish. Otherwise, because it is gravel, it would give like a rough finish. So we put heaters on the sides and got that. And of course, then putting conveyors on front and bottom, front and back, so that things become a bit. And in between, we put a mixer, like you have on the roadside, you find concrete mixer, which is like going round and round, mixing cement and everything, water and all. So we made a cylindrical round mixer so that we can give a good mixture to the block making machine. So that was a simple process which we got and started manufacturing. And that is how Earth Block started. I called this process is called as compressed stabilized Earth Block. There is an institute called Earth Institute working on that also. So we tied up with them and worked on that also. And after they came here for testing, after I started, the head who's in charge there came here and tested our blocks, and he says your blocks are 10 times more stronger than the blocks we make at the institute. Our blocks, when they were doing break test, it never broke. And there is a particular machine. He brought a particular machine to check the break point, and in with them when they make blocks with foot, we use the same blocks to break the block. You put one block, and there is a pin kind of a thing, and the weight is put on the other side. So they put about 14 blocks, and this with that pressure, their block breaks. In our block, they put about 31 blocks, and then there was no capacity, and still the block didn't break. So it was that strong. He says your mud is very strong, and like I said, yeah, that is why our houses are lasting for about 400, 500 years. Houses. So it's the natural capacity of our sand. So that we are fortunate about. It says your blocks are much stronger. You can build without concrete, without using concrete. You can build houses on that. So he says he's an expert in that. So he said you can do ground plus 3 floors without using concrete or anything like that. This blocks. So that strong is that block, even much stronger than cement blocks and much stronger than. But then it is mud block. So the mind block is there. The mindset is there. Like it is too heavy and all blah blah blah. So everybody, and you can use these without plastering, because these are like mold based. They're smooth. So even plastering is not required. And even if you use plastering, a lot of material is saved. So this is how we started making it.
So that was really insightful and very innovative according to me. So, but what is the current status? Like, what is the capacity that you're working on? Number of employees? If you could just shed light on that.
Current stated is right. See, we can't work in the rainy season with this because the moment the mud gets wet, it doesn't go into the crushing machine. It becomes like dough, so it doesn't crush. It is like you putting gehu into the this thing mill. But if it is wet, it will not grind. If it is dry, it will get into atta. So it is like that. It rains for 1 day and 15 days we cannot work. And even today it is raining. So we are not able to start after the rains. We can't say after the rains have not yet stopped. Otherwise, so that is where I went wrong in calculating. I thought I calculated rainy season as 3 months, at the most 4 months, but nowadays it's going beyond 6, 7 months. So it is that period where we can't work and you can't pay your employees not doing anything for 7, 8 months. So these are all seasonal employees. So getting them back after the rain is over is a challenge, but still we managed to get them. So our working period is only 5 months or so. Only we can do production in about 5 months. That is how we are working on it. But fortunately, we have already cleared our loans and all. So even by working for those 5 months, capacity is about 500 blocks per hour. So in a day we can make into 8 hours. Like okay, consider 7 hours only because people may go for lunch, go for so about 3,000, 3,500 blocks are made on daily basis. And like those right now, if you ask me, I don't have any stocks. Everything what we make is sold. So there is even now like big builders are also asking for it, but then I can't help because it is raining. So in fact, I got an order for about 9 high-end bungalows in Aldona. They said we will use only your blocks and not make anything. So they are like convinced that yes, they can use these and without using anything, any other material. And the advantage is this machine is mobile. It has tires. I can take it to the site also. It's not only see when I say mining waste, it is just mud. It is come from the mine and waste thrown as waste. So that is why we call it mining waste. But basically, it is the mud. And we checked from mud samples from all over Goa, and they are similar. 95%, 96% the mud is similar. So we don't have to change the composition of the block anywhere in. So I can take the machine to the site if somebody wants, cannot bring the mud here or don't have it. Because every building you build, you cut the soil, cut the earth, and dump that mud somewhere else. So in those quantities of mud, we can make the blocks which can come up in the which can be used in the buildings. So it's that easy and that convenient. So we have two kinds of machines. One is automatic, one is manual. You can do. We have a manual machine where we can do different shapes and sizes for a particular. We can do even round blocks which can be used for as pillars. If you go to make a pillar, it takes about 2 to 3 weeks, like pouring the concrete, drying it for 21 days. We have blocks which are round in shape, and there are 4 holes in between. You put the iron bars and just stack them like how you uh, play with your toys, like just stacking them up, and then put cement in between, and like just to strengthen the core, and your pillar is ready in half an hour. It's that fast. We have round blocks also in different shapes. One is smaller, 23 mm, one is bigger, 28 centimeters. Sorry, 23 centimeters and 28 centimeters. So otherwise, our regular block is 9 centimeters by 23 by 20. Height is 9 centimeters, and the other dimensions are 20. So these are the blocks we make. Of course, now you'll ask me when did you start making it? The commission, Shah Commission came in, and in 2016 it was slightly relaxed, and they said now you can start a little bit of mining. That is when I went back to him and said like let's do it. He says okay, let's do it. So 2000 we 17 went off, just getting all the details and all. And April 2007, 2017 April, we started manufacturing. 2017, no, 2018 April, not 17. 2017 was all making all arrangements, getting the machinery made and all this. April 2018 we started. Only for 1 year it was closed due to COVID, but otherwise it was good.
So we'll have to rejoin the meeting since Zoom has a certain time limit. So can you just click on the link again and we all will also join?
Sure, sure. Another 1 minute remaining.
Thank you. Yes, sir. So in 1 minute, if you could just answer that, while I was listening to you, a lot of innovative ideas and designs of different kind of homes that we can build was coming in my mind. Like they could be
Great,
very
great.
internally designed and all. So who are the basic clients that you work with? Like, are they the income bracket that you target?
See, this can be a low-cost housing material, and this can be a high-end bungalow material as well. It can be anything. It is see, you buy a Bisleri bottle in a store for 20 rupees. You buy a Bisleri bottle for 300 rupees in a five-star hotel. It can be used anywhere. It's like that. A Bisleri bottle remains the same, isn't it? It is what value you give it is where you place it. It increases the value. So I think that is how my block is. It will cost the same, but what you do with your block, what these blocks is what makes it different. I can make a house of this within 50,000 rupees, and I can build a high-end bungalow with 5 crore rupees. Also. I think we
So
need to rejoin.
Yeah, so let's just rejoin and then connect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had another question. You said because of the rains in Goa, you could not, like, it was not feasible to continue. You did not consider the fact, but why didn't you consider taking the business outside Goa and getting the mud?
No, how? See, transporting mud is very expensive. I would rather take the machine there and get the block there. When it's mud is loose, its volume is high. So, but when it is compressed, the volume becomes very low. I would rather put the machine outside, but nearby the rains are equally good, like Karnataka, Maharashtra, whatever. Rains are similar. Now there is a friend of mine who from Orissa who wants to ship this machine to Orissa. Still, it just talks. I believe Orissa the rains are much better than us. When I say better, is less is better for this particular program. But otherwise, it may go that way. Let's see.
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah, Omkar.
Yeah, so I just wanted to ask that how much people are really ready to go to accept this change? What is the awareness among the people?
No,
Are they
yeah.
ready to?
See, there are some people whom I talk to, they say no. But when I say talk about own houses and all, yes, they are looking. So I usually talk to architects because they are the people who would suggest to the customers like you use this. See, whatever your architect says, people think yes, they know better than architect. So my target is to get awareness done in the architect, and I've been doing that through Architects Association. I had programs for them, awareness for them about. I had a detailed presentation from on this as well, and I invite architects to hands-on experience at the site also. So quite some of them came, did work there as the workers, so they know what is happening, what is going in. Only if you know what is going into it, you would like believe that. Just showing pictures and videos will not help. So architects have come there, they have tried, they have gone to Earth Institute for training also, even before I told them. So there are architects who actually know about it. Not many, but there are a few. So those are the people who tell the clients, yes, we can do it. And they are mostly consultants. Like that. That's how it works. It'll take time to spread, but it does. We should have patience. Anything new has got a lot of any new change, you know how it works. People don't accept it or it takes time to accept. We should have that patience. We shouldn't lose the patience.
Definitely, sir. So I would also like to understand what are your future plans about this, because this has a lot of scope, is what we understand.
Future plans definitely not in, because looking at the rain patterns, like Rugved is a local, so he would tell you like we never had rains like this till November. Even today it is raining, so it really doesn't help this business. But definitely, if somebody wants, in fact, you wouldn't believe. Like I was in Zambia in February or March 2018 for a business trip, and then in April we had met a lot of ministerial level people. Like it's not like us. It's only one country and ministers are central ministers. They don't have states or something. They have provinces and one person in charge of. So one of the ministers we met, he says, "I'm coming to go. I want to see your factory." Because I told him, I said, the factory is not yet ready. I'm inaugurating on 30th April. He says, no, no, I'm coming on 20th. I want to come and see your factory. I said, but the factory is not ready. What do I do? He said, no, no way. You have to take me to your factory. I said, in case you're coming, why don't you come and inaugurate? Because he's a minister in Zambia. So, just a minister visiting a factory doesn't make much sense. So when he said that, I actually made sure that like the factory starts manufacturing when he's there, and I got the formal inauguration done at his hands. He also was very happy that like I went to India and inaugurated a manufacturing unit kind of thing. So he was telling me, come to Zambia, we'll set this up. But we have a lot of mines there. He said, let me have clear these teething problems in India. I don't want to travel to Zambia every time and sort out small issues. But then that was that talk. After that came in COVID and everything changed for forever. So there is scope. There are still, if I want to do it in Zambia, there is options. People are wanting to do it. They said they in fact he showed he said in plan also. He says we have uh, a full area where there are slums. We will remove the slums and give them buildings, 2-floor, 3-floor buildings, and then we can clear that area and we can use that area. So under housing, low cost housing, everything was worked out. So it's not that we cannot do. We can still do that, but and they are also ready to do it under that time. Like, along with him had come the ambassador of Zambia to India. She sits in Delhi, so she also had come down. Then both of them discussed and checked out on under which head, which plan they can do it, and it was possible. Just getting things done there. So there is scope. There is scope everywhere in the.
So I read an article that was written on the same on your Facebook. So it went something like the energy consumption was sorry.
The Navin Times.
Yes, sir. So it went something like that. The energy that is used is like 651 in normal bricks, and when it comes to this, it is 51.
Yeah.
So can you just list down a few other things that makes our product different to this conventional bricks?
Regular brick which you make from clay requires firing. You require wood. You require fire. So that is the energy which is not used. We just have the energy used is only in the electrical machines. That's all. So that is the comparative difference, and everything drying is by air. You sprinkle water and the air dries. There's no energy consumption in that at all. That is the difference of energy consumption. You wanted something else as well, or you just wanted this clarification?
So this is one thing. Apart from that, there are other benefits, I think, as well, because materials that we're using.
If you're building a house with my blocks, it would cost you 30 to 40% less on the overall cost. Because if you look at the walls which are plastered, the bricks which I used in Goa are all uneven. It's the laterite block. they clear it with, and still there is a lot of uneven space. Since my blocks are made by using molds, every block is same size, same dimension. So plastering is much less. The plaster, if you use 10 mm in regular houses, mine would be 3 to 4 mm. So you save around 6 mm of plaster on the entire house. You can imagine the amount of cement and sand and mehnat which is there. So that is saving. That people don't look at. People look at only the cost of the bill. We make sure that even that is taken care of. And most of the times you don't have to plaster because the blocks themselves are so beautiful. And in Goa, there are a lot of houses without plastering. So that is how it works.
Yes, sir, I totally agree. Coming from Delhi, when I saw all these beautiful houses there made of mud on my way back to GIM, so I was really amused and surprised to see them, and this gives me another idea in my mind. So that's amazing. Rohit, you had a question. You can go ahead.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask, what is the government of Goa doing to help such positive businesses who are providing like positive impact to the state? Is there any initiative coming from the government side?
Not for this particular one, but definitely government of Goa is encouraging a lot of schemes for any business to start. Government of state, government of Goa state, government of India, every business you start, there are a lot of initiatives, a lot of schemes. It's only awareness is not there about the scheme. So I have been doing a lot of programs on awareness. Uh, the latest one I did was on 27th of somewhere September through the CM's handle, social media handle, and we had about 6,500 people attending that on the schemes for starting businesses under the scheme called PMEGP, that's Prime Minister Employment Generation Program. I can send that recording to Rigved. You can have a look at it, where the Honorable CM spoke first, and then I explained about the scheme, and then we had the banker talking about it on how finance can be given to mindset.
I did look at that video on your
Yeah.
Facebook handle,
Yeah.
and I visited the
So,
page. It was very interesting.
yeah, so it was done officially through his handle. So government of Goa is trying to do it, and there are a number. There is something called as uh, interest rebate scheme. If you are a Goan woman doing business in interiors, like where in Sakli is like non-commercial area, you would get a loan at 3%. 3% is like getting it free, isn't it? That is because if your loan interest rate is 11%, 5% you get rebate because you're a Goan, 2% you get rebate because you're a woman, and 2% you get or something like that because you are doing it in a rural area. So 9 per 5 plus 2 plus 2 4 9% is the rebate. Of 11% you remove 9%, you get only 2%, but I think the rate of interest is about 12% from EDC. This is for EDC schemes. So you actually get a rebate of 11%, 9%, and the loan is around 3%. So it's like somebody giving you free money to start your business. Which other government gives that? Nobody. That is the state government. Plus, you have another central government scheme. So
So, any particular subsidy that we enjoy in our business, like for you?
I started. I used the PMEGP scheme, which gave me 25% subsidy. Because for male it is 25%, for female and SC ST it is 35%. I wish I was a female. I would get 10% more.
So we are lucky in that respect, at least.
Yeah, but people are not aware, so people keep on criticizing. You asked me the question because you are not aware. So there are, if you sit with me, so many schemes which are up there. It's only awareness. It's a typical government office. They don't want to go out and do awareness. So like CM himself has taken the initiative, like I should reach to the people. And he does, he talks about various schemes. I was talking only one scheme. Regularly he keeps on having webinars for the people.
So
So that
while
is
I
how
was
it-
going, Sorry.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
I couldn't find much information about this particular, the Earth Blog Goa. I could read a lot about the sustainable company, but couldn't find some website or some
No,
part of
it's
the
not on the
website that
website
focuses
because
on
see,
that.
if I promote it, people will ask for it. And when I'm not ready to give the blogs, then it will be a negative impact on my name, my business. So I don't promote it that. So I promote it privately to some builders who actually buy from me and architects. Because if they put a demand and I'm not able to do the supply, like match the demand, supply and demand, then my other businesses also would affect. Because my brand, my name brand, which is they will think Ajay is like that only. Every time you say he will give and he won't give. So that is my major drawback in this particular project. So that is why I'm silent. Otherwise, I could have added it in my site. I've added another 2 products also there. So I could have added this also, but I purposely not added it.
So that was really helpful for all of us to understand. And I particularly feel that this business has a lot of potential in this. The only thing missing is the natural problems that we face and the awareness. I think if people are more aware about this, it'll be really
We
great to go
can
ahead.
sort this out by having an indoor unit and crushing the mud and keeping it in advance. But then you can imagine the amount of space shed which will be required. Like, that is out of budgetary controls. So that is why I can put the machine indoors, but the mud has to be outdoor or covered or whatever. If mining companies can support, then maybe we can do that. So they have that kind of shades of money. But right now they are also closed, so they are also their hands are also not so open that.
So just a
So
raw
let's see.
doubt, just a
Yeah.
very raw doubt that
Yeah.
there are a lot of mining companies working in India right now. If we just by spreading this idea to all of them, if we
Mhm.
could just let them know that the ways that they produce can be actually used to build something new, and as you just discussed with us, that the machines are very like we can take it them to the sites as well. So why can't that be done? Like if
You think
all the mining projects
they
are
have not
doing it.
thought about it being such a big mining company? But unless it is made a compulsion, nobody would want to work. You say you should ban plastic. Don't you think plastic should be banned? But we still use it, right? You use it, I use it, everyone. It's like that. Unless the government says no plastic, no production of plastic, and no use of plastic. And if you see a plastic bag, we'll fine you for 3,000. It's only then you will stop using plastic. It's all a mindset. We are like in India, unless we are forced to do something, we will not. So they must have thought about it much before when I must have thought it. Somebody has to take the step forward.
Thank you, sir. So I really hope that when we meet again next time, hopefully, we have more such projects running in Goa and in other states as well.
There are
Uh,
various other projects which are in my head, and like we are doing R&D, and those could be like scalable project. This is not a scalable project. It is like local based. I can't take this project to every state or every place. So, but there is a project which I'm working on which is scalable and it can go global with good support of funding and still on. And it's a green project. See, the name of my company is the Sustainable Green Company. We work on like using as much as less resources possible, virgin resources. Definitely we require resources, but we work on resources which can be sustainable. So that is how. That's an interesting story. How I got the name of my company. In fact, I was part of ABS, which is called as Association of British Scholars. What does that mean? So this is an association of the uh, people who have studied in the UK, and British Council is supporting them. So these are British scholars, like, alumni basically. And I now that it doesn't exist, but I was the vice president of the Goa chapter, and we hosted a national meet in Goa in 9-10. And Prahlad Kakkar, you know Prahlad Kakkar, the marketing guru of India. got that long hair. So he stays in Goa. He's got a house in Goa, and like he had come as a guest like speaker. And on the last day he was there. So everybody went up, and I just remained because I was organizing everything. We both had lunch together, and he was asking, "What do you do?" and blah blah blah. So I told him, "This is my card. I had named it as VM Blocks. I told you, earlier. I had named not Earth Block but VM Blocks. I was working." He said, "No, no. What is that? You have to explain to people what you're doing. It should be your brand should be self-explanatory." I said, "Then what should it be?" I said, "I can't afford your fees, but maybe you can guide me in that." He says, "Your company should be something like the Sustainable Green Company." I said, "Yeah, thank you very much, sir." From that time onward, the company became the Sustainable Green Company. I didn't have any second thought of changing the name. It came from such a brilliant marketing brand, and it came instantly. He didn't even think like what it should be. It just came to his mind, and from that day onwards, I am into printing. So I came back and got my cards printed as the Sustainable Income, because I had not registered the name by then. It was just the beginning in 2011, and it was that way. So it's like that. It's an interesting story coming from an interesting person. Yeah, unmuted with crossing.
You're on mute, Ruglet. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Do you mind if we just take a picture? Because I think we'll need it for the
Yeah,
interview.
sure.
I'll just take a screenshot.
Anyway, you're
Also, sir,
recording it, so
yeah, but this clarity is more better and more light,
yeah.
in which we can all just smile and pose.
You're just taking a screenshot, right?
Just took.
I'm sorry about the
Oh.
movement behind me, but I'm at home, so it's
So we're
okay.
good. It was not captured. We're good. So also, if you could just share a few pictures of how the work is done, or you told us that there was this initial picture that you had of the microwave oven in which
Yeah.
you started with. If you could just show, really helpful for all of us.
Definitely. I'll just see it. I think it is in the mobile. I'll just share the picture.
Yes, sir. That one and a few others, if that's possible, about the company, the process, or you with the staff. Anything would work.
I don't have too many pictures of that. Whatever I have, I put it on the newspaper. And I don't know whether like it was quite some time back. So of late, I've not taken pictures at all. So because most of the time it is closed. Only by the time we are open, like we're like full with mud, and when you go there, you're like get dirty. So don't feel like taking pictures. So that is how it works. I hope you got enough information for your project.
Yes, sir, definitely. We can definitely write a story with this. We're also doing another story from Goa only with We Recycle.
Mhm.
So we wanted to know about your firm as well. And we're writing 2 stories as a part of our project. So
Okay.
any other questions from anyone, or else we can wind up?
So do you know of any other stories which you can cover in Goa and people who are doing great work around Goa and causing a positive impact?
You heard about EcoPostro?
We have heard about EcoPostro, we have heard about We Recycle, then we have heard about, there was another Sun 360 also we have heard about. Any more
Yeah,
people?
Sun-
And there's another guy
Sun-
called Abhinav Apte who's working on composting. These are the 4
He's from
guys.
Ponda. There is I just went to an organization last night. It is like, it's called a sustainable, I'll get that name. What they're doing is they have a campaign called Maka Naka Plastic. In Konkani, it means I don't want plastic. Maka Naka. Maka means me, Naka means no, I don't want plastic. And they're making 10,000, distributing 10,000 bags made from old clothes, upcycled clothes, and distributing it free of cost. Maybe that could be an interesting thing. And they're getting these bags stitched from self-help groups from different parts of. This is in what is this place called? Uh, Salvador do Mundo. on the way to Sakli, Bicholi from Porvorim. To get down of Porvorim, Salvador the Moon. That's an interesting what I saw. Yes, I went there yesterday. So I saw that place. Distributing 10,000 bags free of cost from upcycled flour. That's interesting. Maybe you can talk to them as well. It's called a sustainable. I'll just check. Wait 1 minute. Let me check. They just send the. Sensible Earth, the Center for Sustainability, Goa. Salvador the Moon.
Okay. So any last signatory note you would like to add, or anything else you want us to add in the story?
I would suggest all you GIM people. I'm talking to a lot of GIM people every year, but uh, what I see is you all focus to work for somebody else once you pass out. Why don't you be entrepreneurs? Why don't you dream of being entrepreneurs? You never dream of being entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship is an awesome job. Be on your own, create jobs. Even our PM says, don't look out for jobs. Be a job giver. So I think your mindset should change. I should change your mindsets of your teachers first, because they teach you to go and work for somebody else. That is what is taught. That's conventional. It's old. It should be like more entrepreneurial skills should be taught to you. Of course, they must be teaching you, but it is more of they should be more of practical knowledge on that, interacting with others, going to places and looking at how entrepreneurship works. Because 95% or more than that would go out and work for some other company, isn't it? You're looking for a good salary, and good salary is not the only thing. Innovative ideas and making them work will give you much more money than a good heavy package. How much would you earn? 20 lakhs as a package. But if your company goes into crores of turnover, what is 20 lakhs? I think you all should start thinking of that. And there are many people who will help you out. Even I don't know if your teachers could help with it. They never been into business, so I don't know. Theory wise, they can tell you, but practical wise, a businessman be able to guide you or even mentor you if that is required. I have mentored so many people start their business. I'm part of another organization called as Goa Entrepreneurs Mentoring Services Trust. It's called a GEMS. So I'm a trustee there and a treasurer as well. So we do a lot of training programs and mentoring and all for budding entrepreneurs. I think at least 4 of you who are here, like, look at entrepreneurship, and you can start the earth block style in Delhi. I can help you with that. The Delhi is all cement blocks. Go to
Yes, sir, we
outskirts and do that.
definitely
And
would
it's
want to even.
definitely an easy way to do things too. And Delhi don't have rains except for July, isn't it? That's a
Yes,
very
sir,
good
that's
place to.
absolutely.
North is a very good place to start all these things.
Yes, sir. I mean, it is like after talking to
Where
all
is
of you,
Harshal
it
from?
definitely motivated. He's from Mumbai.
Where is
Harshal, you're there,
Harshal
right?
from? He's
So
not
he's
able to
from
hear.
Mumbai.
And Omkar, sorry.
Sir, I'm from Pune.
Actually, I'm going to Mumbai tomorrow for some business work. I've got another product also, which is there on the website. It's called Pothole Free, which is like to be used in making filling up potholes. Yeah, done or anything else?
Yes, sir. It was very helpful and insightful. And about that entrepreneur thing, we do have a lot of entrepreneurs coming in a few years now, because I am a part of the alumni relations cell. And from the past 2-3 years, we're seeing a lot of people who are into entrepreneurship. I think it's because of these all projects that we get, and we talk to people like you, and we realize that business has scope, and
Yeah,
we can go ahead with that
no,
as
I
well.
think now this is the only way out of our country.
Yeah.
generate jobs. Instead of asking for jobs, generate jobs. And you are your own boss. You can, if you are in a factory, you don't have the liberty of traveling on your own, like taking leave on your own. When you're an entrepreneur or a business owner, you decide when you are going to office. So
Yes, so even
definitely,
out of
it's
4 of us, Rugved wishes to be an entrepreneur someday, I guess. We were talking the other day and he was telling me the same thing. I hope he gets into something like this and motivates all of us.
no. It is very easy. See, I'll tell you what an entrepreneur should be. Or like, if you have 2 minutes on that, like you identify. See, your business will run successful only when you solve somebody else's problem. If you have a, you identify a problem and solve that problem, you will never be out of business. Now I'll tell you my other product, which is packaging. I started supplying to Crompton because we are into printing business. I used to go there regularly. I saw the problem was thermocol. They use lakhs and lakhs of pieces of thermocol every month. And one day I went there and they were getting a certification, ISO certification 14001, that is on environment. I said, how can you manage to get a environment certification when you are doing thermocol packaging in lakhs of numbers? He said, do you have any option? I said, I don't have, but there are options. So they said, okay, give us an option. And I gave them an option, and today I'm into that business. So it's like that. So you identify somebody's problem, sort out somebody's problem, and you'll never be out of this. But if you start making soaps like Lux and others, when there are big competitors, then yes, you can't be in the general category. Okay, you have to be into a special group. There are no competition right now in Goa. There is no competition for me. Like along the, we have 4 or 5 people in packaging. So it's very handful, and the scope is huge. It's only on our capacity, like how what we will do, we can go ahead.
I mean,
Thank you
thank you
very
so much,
much.
sir. Thank you very much, because I know you've been busy. Dad was telling me about
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I was actually organizing a national swimming event in Ponda on 19, 20, 20, 21st of this month, last weekend. And I told him, call me
Congratulations
only
on
after
that, sir.
20,
I saw the
21st.
stories. Congratulations on that. I saw
I
your
told him,
daughter.
call me only on 21st, but still he called me on 21st and I couldn't answer his call. There were about 600 plus people, participants, swimming participants, and like it was a huge success. And I was the
Congratulations,
organizing
sir, on
secretary.
that. I saw that
Thank
Sachi
you,
was.
thank you.
She won silver,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
She won silver.
No, she won 1 silver and 5 gold.
Oh, that's lovely. Amazing.
She got the individual championship also.
It's lovely.
She was the only one from Goa who got that championship. Otherwise, all others went to other states.
Oh, it's lovely. Congratulations again. And thank you, sir. Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Thank
your
you,
time.
Raghuvet, for setting it up. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for your
Hopefully,
time,
see you
sir.
sometimes and interact with you. We can definitely meet in person and discuss once your stories are.
Sure,
Hope
sir.
you
We
get.
would want to meet you once and go through the sustainable green company to know more about it. Thank you. Thank
Definitely.
you for your time.
Bye. Good night.
Thank
Bye.
you
Good
so
night,
much, sir.
sir.
Good night,
Bye.
sir. Have a great day. Bye.
क्या करूँ मैं इसका पॉज करूँ